Alright, chat, let's watch this one.
Hi, Scissorin here with another video, and this is going to be a video about my experience with melee. And
Sucks.
I recently tried the Quinn 69 build with Bleed, Ignite, Hammer of the God.
As a warrior, I say it sucks. I love the class, but it sucks how easy it is for range.
And I had a lot of fun things to it, but it really highlights a lot of issues with melee and melee skills. So I made like a list here to try to organize my thoughts a little bit.
Let's see what this list says.
Of what I liked and what I didn't like and stuff, and a lot of big glaring issues that melee has. Now I will say that I have played a totem character, like melee totems, to like level 80, 85, something like that, and then I've played a minion summoner to almost 95, and I've played a spark character who's about to hit 95, and a few others like artillery ballista, gas arrow, lightning bolt, whatever arrow, and I've tried.
Your boy only has the warrior and the monk, so we're gonna put in our input too from our experience, but it's only two things.
A few other skills as well, play the frost skills thing as well. So I've tried a few different things.
Definitely not experienced as Israel.
I would say that the big problem, and specifically if I ever use the word melee, I am specifically talking about mace skills. I have no experience with monk, and monk looks generally fine. Are you looking to gear up for the wave of next-gen ARPGs? This year is going to be insanely demanding on your system,
I was about to say,
not on your wallet. Starforge has you covered with the Horizon.
I was about to say, hey, I have YouTube Premium. What the heck's going on? But it's a Starforge. My bad.
With great computers for your everyday gaming, and for those looking for the top-of-the-line PC, the Voyager model is there for you. If you want a solid system with a rock-hard performance, look no further. Starforge is the perfect fit for you. That rocket is definitely happy to see you. Give yourself an edge to blast through the golden era.
What is that?
By heading over to starforgesystems.com and get yourself one of the
What is that logo
PCs in the universe.
That is definitely rock hard. What the
mace skills is particularly bad compared to other things. They aren't necessarily bad in a vacuum. Like, the game is very playable and stuff like that, but there are still a few issues that even if the other skills don't exist, will be a big issue. So a lot of that is with skills. So perfect strike, it is a skill that sort of like winds up, and it has a perfect window, sort of, where in that little window, if you let go of the skill, it'll do insane damage, almost one shot a boss. It's great. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's really good. The biggest problem is that you are very ragdolly. You aren't that like...
What he's about to say, I 100% agree with. The hitbox for that skill sucks, dude. Like, you have to be right on top of them to hit. Like, and it's like also like it's so wonky. Like, the movement on it, it definitely needs to be worked on.
Like, solid on the ground. So when you're doing this perfect strike, the boss can sort of nudge you or hit you, and you don't get to like re-aim or reposition while you're in this ability. So you might have done a war cry and you're ready to actually hit the boss. You hit the timing for it perfectly, but it just flies off into the air, right? You whiff it, and that happens very often. I really did not
a lot of misses.
Enjoy that. The counterplay to that is to make sure that you're using perfect strike when the enemy is fully stunned, right? That is an actual counterplay to that. But if you don't want to build around stun, then this just feels really bad. So I did not personally like that. Another thing was with Stampede, sometimes you will just ricochet off a monster, or randomly get stuck on a monster or a wall, or it's really weird. So I don't know, that was pretty rage inducing, so I didn't really enjoy using ricochet a lot. I did start trying to use Stampede because for a while I was using whatever this skill is called, Molten Blast, and I was like, it's a little bit slow. What if I can just leap slam and then use my Bone Shatter? Because Molten Blast or Leap Slam can prime enemies for a stun, and then Bone Shatter is super good, right? It clears the screen basically. So that felt really good. So I was like, well, I'll Leap Slam then. And then the problem with that is you Leap Slam, and
Chat, how many times have I done this? What he's about to describe? How many times have we done this on stream and we get stuck in the middle of all these mobs?
If the monsters don't get stunned enough, they're just instantly attacking you.
Yeah.
And you get like a best example I have is the Path of Exile 1 situation with Devourers, where they're all coming up around you and they all attack at the same time. And then you can't even healing potion even if you have an instant one, right? Because if they all attack at literally the same time, it is effectively not for armor, but
I have leap slammed into the mobs and I like start panicking afterwards. And on hardcore, like it was the worst because we would jump in there, like you said, and the mobs just start attacking you, and you're like, ah, and you're trying to leap slam out of it, and you just can't. It's the worst, dude.
for your health pool, effectively like getting one large attack or a slam, that is going to kill you. So let's say loads of small monsters are hitting you for 20,000 damage at the same time. I can't react to that. So Leap Slam had some issues here as well. And then auto attack, like mace attack, is your largest single target for a while, which feels a
Can he say that again? What'd he just say?
little bit odd. Now,
How many times did I get roasted in the chat? You're not supposed to use your auto attack. I'm like, dude, this is like the best attack my warrior has. You're not supposed to use auto attack. What are you talking about? It's bleeding and it's stunning him. What are you talking about?
it is important to underline that I am fully aware this is an early access, and I'm fully aware that a lot of the other skills might just be too strong. But I just think it's important to talk about my experience to see, first off, like, have other people had this experience? This is a common thing. And like, it might be something for the devs to like listen to feedback from and read comments of like a lot of, if a lot of people feel similarly. And I did a melee talk with Karn as well. That should be up on YouTube.
Like, you go, if you guys go back and watch my VODs, you'll see on the boss fights, I am single target melee, just melee auto attacking so much. Because besides, like he said, the perfect strike does so much damage, but it's so hard to hit, dude. So like, if you're not perfect striking, the melee is like the best. And like, you can watch the VODs, dude. You'll see, like, it's like, and I'm doing damage.
YouTube by the time this video is up, and he had a lot of problems with it too. Now, another thing is positioning, utility, and defense for mace skills. So a big problem is you get pushed around and ragdolled so hard. There's so many things
For
that
real.
just push you, and I think a big problem solver for this would be the more strength your character has. Maybe armor could contribute to this. There are loads of things that could contribute to this, but giving you some sort of staying power, pushing power, or a larger stun threshold.
You'll see on my streams, if you watch the VODs, my warrior just literally like, will like start getting like, just like randomly pushed down the screen by the mobs. It's like the weirdest feeling, and it's not enjoyable gameplay.
Could be a really good thing. Maybe that could be a node, but yeah, some sort of sturdy stat, if you will, would help that a lot. And a side note on ragdolling in particular in the game, it does not feel like an intended feature. I know that it is, but whenever it happens to me, like even when I'm opening a delirium pocket and I get pushed, it feels like I'm lagging. It feels like I'm bugging out. It does not feel like, wow, these monsters are pushing me forward. So it looks and feels terrible. So
Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. It feels like you're
I'm
lagging.
hoping that gets looked at. A big problem with mace skills in particular, more so than other skills, is that you're encouraged to have long combos. You have things like Earthquake with a 4-second aftershock. You have things like Sunder with like...
Thank you. I've been complaining about Earthquake for so long on the stream, guys. Like, I've been saying, like, dude, it takes so long for Earthquake to pop. You hit it, and it's like it should be like a 2 seconds max, dude. Because you hit it, and then you'll be sitting there. Like, the way I do Earthquake to make it work is I run, I'll hit, then I'll run and hit, and the mobs will be following me, and then they get hit by it. Because I know there's a delay. But the delay is just way too long.
Like the whole huge slam that takes forever, and this is very like not the exception, it is very much the rule. Hammer of the Gods is kind of okay with this because it's something you set down yourself and you're not like stuck in animation, but you're very encouraged to have slow attack speed, high damage, and somebody has given crack cocaine to all the monsters, so they're rushing me at 200 miles an hour. It is like watching my cats go for catnip. It is crazy. So maybe give the monsters less meth, and then this would work. But I think a solution here would be removing less attack speed for nodes, and also having more accessible attack speed. And if we hover over, for example, Leap Sum here, you can see that it adds a flat additional 0.65 seconds to total attack time. Now, a possible solution to this could be Similar to PoE1, where your first sleep sum is instant, and if you're spamming it, it isn't, unless you attack or invest a lot into it. Could be an option. The total attack time addition there, kind of unideal. Armor, life, defense is not really anywhere in the realm of being okay. Armor is noticeable on white monsters and blue
We've heard a lot of people complain about armor already, so this is like kind of a known gripe.
monsters, but then you have armor break, which happens so much in this game and lasts for so long that just completely wipes out your armor. So even if armor didn't have that, it would still be not good enough for how much you have to invest into it. So in general, armor needs a lot of additions. Like, it should be better. I'm okay with the concept of armor being for monsters and maps and not necessarily a bossing defense, but then we also need bossing defenses then for life. We don't really have that. The only real defense you have right now that is functional in the game is energy shield with block or evasion. Even energy shield on its own feels terrible, but at least energy shield can then get a multi-layer defense. But life with block or evasion does not feel anywhere near as good, because you just can't get enough raw stat, enough raw health. Mana cost is crazy as well. I know Karin tweeted, like, basically he finally got his like level 20 gem or whatever, he upgraded it, and now he can no longer use the skill at all. It just, now it costs too much mana to even use.
We've had a lot of mana issues on the warrior as well. If some of you here in chat have seen, for sure, I'm always running out of mana on the warrior. I've had to like literally get mace weapons that have mana regeneration when you kill mobs, just to have some mana regen.
Once. So mana cost on melee, and I kind of agree with what Karin was saying there. Like, it doesn't make sense that a melee skill where you're attacking with your weapon has such an insane like arcane cost, like a mana cost, right? That should be more for spells. I think they should be far more lenient on mana cost on things like that. And then yeah, the minimum attack time. These are the main points that I think need to be changed. I'm sure there are more. I have not played melee as much as most people. I only had 2 characters, with the highest being like 85, which is quite low. But yeah, I did notice it has a lot of issues. So hopefully some of these will get looked at. I don't necessarily know how to make melee good other than making it not melee. Similar to when we had Impaler Ground Slam in PoE1, which by the way was very fun. Did enjoy that quite a lot. But yeah, would definitely need a lot of change. But either way, let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with, things that I missed and you think GGG should know. But either way, thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.
Alright guys, so that's the gripes with melee. I agree with a lot of them for the warrior, you know, because we have been having a hard time. And, you know, one of the biggest things with a lot of those gripes is that it adds to the leveling time. So, like, I definitely think if I would have went a sorcerer or, like, a witch instead of a warrior, or even, like, a mercenary, or any range, to be honest, any range, I definitely would have been hitting maps a lot sooner. But since I was a warrior, I felt like my damage output was so low compared to everybody else. It just really sucked because it, like, added probably, like, another 2 days, to be honest, to my leveling grind. Because I just did so much, I did so little damage, and a lot of the complaints he said that adds to your death count as a warrior. And every time you die, dude, it resets everything. So it's kind of crappy. So, alright chat, that's this video. If you guys are here on the YouTube, I appreciate it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. We do reacts on Twitch a lot. You know, come check us out on Twitch, and we're streaming on Twitch and TikTok right now. So if you guys like the content, make sure you like and subscribe. This is our reaction channel, and then we have our gaming channel, VallordTV Gaming, and then we also have our Twitch, VallordTV, and our TikTok is VallordTV. So check them out. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.